Spartacus, a Thracian by birth, was once a soldier in the Roman army before being enslaved. His strong will and fierce spirit could not be broken, even as a gladiator in the brutal arenas of Rome. Fighting for his life in the Colosseum, Spartacus grew tired of the bloodshed. He dreamed of freedom, not just for himself, but for all those who suffered under the yoke of Roman oppression. In 73 BCE, Spartacus and a group of gladiators seized their chance. They broke free from their captors, fleeing to Mount Vesuvius, where they gathered more slaves and began a rebellion. News of Spartacus' revolt spread quickly. Slaves from all over the Roman Empire flocked to his cause, seeing him as a beacon of hope. His army grew larger with each passing day. Spartacus didn't just want freedom for a few. He envisioned an end to slavery itself. He led his forces with cunning and brilliance, defeating Roman legions sent to crush the rebellion. Under his leadership, the slave army won several victories. Spartacus used the terrain to his advantage, setting traps and ambushes that confused the more rigid Roman forces. For 2 years, Spartacus and his army fought against Rome, their numbers swelling with each battle. His skill in battle and his ability to inspire his troops made him a formidable foe. Rome, embarrassed by their failures, sent some of their best generals to stop Spartacus. Yet time and again, the rebel leader outmaneuvered them, leading his army to victory after victory. As Spartacus' fame grew, so did the legend of the slave who had dared to challenge Rome. His rebellion became more than a fight for freedom. It was a symbol of defiance against tyranny. Despite their successes, Spartacus knew their time was running out. The Roman Empire would not rest until they crushed the rebellion. Spartacus began to prepare for one final, decisive battle. In 71 BCE, the Roman general Crassus, with an overwhelming force, cornered Spartacus and his army. Spartacus, refusing to surrender, led his men into battle with all the fury of a man fighting for freedom. The final battle was brutal. Spartacus fought valiantly, but the Roman forces were too numerous. His army was overwhelmed, and Spartacus himself was killed in the fighting. Though Spartacus fell, his legend lived on. The rebellion may have been crushed, but his spirit continued to inspire those who sought freedom from tyranny for generations. Rome crucified thousands of the surviving rebels along the Appian Way, a brutal message to any who would dare to challenge their authority. But the name of Spartacus could not be erased. To the Romans, he was a criminal, a traitor. But to the slaves, the oppressed, and those who dreamed of freedom, Spartacus was a hero, a man who had dared to dream of a world without chains. His rebellion, though ultimately unsuccessful, showed that even the might of Rome could be shaken by the strength of a single man's desire for freedom. Spartacus had not only fought for his own liberation, but had given hope to countless others. His legacy became a rallying cry for all those who would fight against injustice. Over time, the story of Spartacus grew into a legend, a symbol of courage, defiance, and the unbreakable human spirit in the face of overwhelming odds. Though history remembers him as a gladiator and a rebel, Spartacus was much more. He was a man who believed in freedom, and that belief led him to challenge the greatest empire the world had ever known. His name became immortalized in the annals of history, not because he won, but because he dared to fight for what he believed in, no matter the cost. Spartacus' story reminds us that true strength lies not in physical power, but in the courage to fight for freedom, even when victory seems impossible. His rebellion may have been crushed, but his ideals could not be silenced. The legend of Spartacus endures as a timeless testament to the human desire for freedom. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave your like, subscribe, and hit the bell. It's completely free, and that's how you can support the channel to keep uploading content like this. Thanks for watching until the end, and see you next time.